Hi, in this video we are going to learn linked list in Java. Topics are what is linked list, features of the linked list, method of linked list and examples with the explanation. So what is linked list? Linked list is a part of the collection framework present in Java util package. This class is an implementation of the linked list data structure, which is linear data structure where all the elements are not stored in contiguous location like actually for array or array list, and every element is a separate object with a data part and address part. The elements are linked using pointers and address. Each element is also known as node. Okay. So if we conceptually visualize the linked list or element of the linked list, the element is contains this particular section. Let's say one is the previous element reference. Next is the data that actually contains the value, and next element reference. Okay. So let's say one linked list contains three elements: dog, cat and cow. First element is dog. Because it is first element, there is no previous reference, so previous reference is null. Next is the address of the next element cat, and same for cat, previous is the address of dog and next is the address of cow, and for cow previous is the address of cat and next is null. So it is like double ended list, so double ended queue we can say. So let's go to the linked list class definition or class model. Let's say it is actually extends the abstract sequential list. Okay. So it contains some of the abstraction of methods and implements the list. So all the method present in the list, like array list, it will be behave like same. DQ is the like another interface that is being implemented by linked list. So let's say it actually double ended queue, the methods like add first, add last, offer last, remove last, like all. So basically in this particular video we are going to explain these methods only basically, because this is the new method apart from list added for implemented in the linked list section. And next is clonable. We all know like clone method, we can clone the or swallow copy of the list object. And serializable, we can also serialize the object and maintain the object or pass through the object over the network. So let's say the what is the feature of the array list. Java linked list, in linked list, the Java linked list class can obtain contain the duplicate elements. Java linked list class maintain the insertion order. The way it is inserted, it will be actually same. It will be printed in that way or iterate in that manner. Java linked list class is a non-synchronized, so it is non-thread safe. In Java linked list class, manipulation is fast because no shifting needs to be occurred. And why this? Because let's say if we want to remove one element from, let's say if you want to remove the cat element, right, here then next pointer will point to cow and cow previous pointer will point to dog, is like that easy. But in case of array list, it actually reindex all the element, it creates more time. So in that sense, array list manipulation is slower than linked list. And then the Java linked list class can be used as a list, stack or queue, because it implements list and the queue interface, so it can be used for any of them. Okay. Now constructor. So basically linked list has two constructor. One is the no argument constructor, another is the collection as argument. So from any collection or type of collection, linked list can be created. So the methods of the linked list, basically here the highlighted methods are mainly we are going to explain with the example. All the other method already explained in the array list video, please check that video. Like add with the index, add element with the index, and add all normal with the collection, add all with index and collection. Then clear, at first it is used to insert the given element at the beginning of the list, add last insert the element at the end of the list. Clear, it will remove all the elements of the list. Size, it will return the number of elements in the list. Then clone, it is used to return a swallow copy of the linked list. Contents will check that one particular element is present inside the list or not. Descending iterator, it is actually used to return the iterator over the elements in DQ in a reverse sequential order. So normal iterator will use from the beginning of the array list element, but descending iterator from the end to the first. Then element, it will use to retrieve the first element of the list. and then get index, it will, I can, based on the index position we can also get the element. Get first, it will return the first element of the list. Get last, will be return the last element of the list. Index of, it is used to return the index of the list or the first occurrence of the element. If you return -1, it does not contain the element, it is same as array list. And last index also same as array list, will return the last occurrence of the particular element. If it is not found, then it will be returning -1. List iterator, also it is iterating the element in a proper sequence. Offer, it actually it adds the specified element as the array last element of a list. Offer first, it insert the specified element at the front of the list. Offer last, it insert the specified element at the end of the list. Pick, it will retrieve the first element of a list. Pick first, it retrieves the first element of a list and returns null if the list is empty. Now pick last, it will retrieve the last element of the list and return null if the list is empty. Poll, it retrieves and removes the first element of the list. Poll first, retrieves and removes the first element of the list and returns null if it is empty. Poll last, it retrieves and removes the last element of the list and return null if the list is empty. Pop, pop an element from the stack represented by a list. Push, the element on the stack represented by a list. And remove with index and remove with object element, already explained. So remove first, it will remove the returns, removes and returns the first element of the list. Remove first occurrence of, is used to remove the first occurrence of the specified element or in the list whenever traversing the list from head to tail. Remove last, it removes and returns the last element of the list. And remove last occurrence of the list, it removes the last occurrence of the specified element in a list when traversing from head to tail, like beginning to the end. And set with the index and element to array, and to array with the generic syntax, already explained in the collection section, iterable video. Okay, so here let's say we can check each and every method that is newly added or present in the linked list. So this is our class linked list test. You already added some elements in the list, and then I actually call each of like all the method one by one. So first I add these are the elements. Some of them are duplicated because linked list support duplicacy of the element. And then I add first Ramesh, so it should actually add the first index, and then at last it will be at the last. And then I iterate, it is a descending iterator, so it is expected that it will actually reverse from tail to head. And then I get element, return the first element, get first also first element, that already explained. So if I run the code, and also we have the corresponding sysout, we can check and explain everything one by one. Okay, so let's do that. So I will go one by one. So let's say linked list initially contains this many elements. So Ram, Sam, Modhu, Jodu, Rahul, Modhu, Jodu, Priya, like that. Now I have added first elements as Ramesh. So Ramesh, after that it prints Ramesh, Ram, Sam, Sam and all, like one by one up to Priya. And at last Rajesh, so it is actually adding Rajesh in the last element. Then actually I make it a descending iterator, so it is actually iterating the list like that way. Up to this, it is beginning end to the tail to head, so Rajesh to Ramesh. Okay, and then I print list element. So it list element is actually, so the first element of the list here, first element is Ramesh, so it is showing like that. Then get first, also first element, get last element. And if I make an offer, then offer actually add the element the last. Okay, so it is actually adding Sitama in the last. Then offer first will add the element in the first, so it is actually adding Siuli in the first. Okay, and then offer last, again this one will be added dep in the last. Okay, and then pick, so if I pick it, then it will pick the Siuli, and pick first also it will pick up the Siuli. After that I print the link, so list is, it will show the all the elements, and then I pick last. So if you pick last, then it will pick up the dep and again I show all the elements. So why I am here making sysout, because in pick it will only show the element, it will not remove from the list. Okay, so next is poll. Poll, it will first pick up the first element, and then if I print the next the linked list, then it will show that Shuli is removed here. Again poll first, it will then pick the Ramesh, and Ramesh is not present in that list, and then poll last, it will pull the last element. So they in this particular next sys out, it is not present. Pop, so pop will then pop the first element. So it is a stack method, so pop and push. So pop will actually take out the first element. Okay, so Ram, then it is push. So I maybe forget to give the sys out of the push. Just I need to check here. Whenever I give the push, yes, I make a push here. So linked list after push, if I make it like that, so just so linked list after push, it will give the Arindam in the first. Then remove first, it will remove the Arindam from the first. Then again it will show that from Sam, Madhu, Jodu and all. Then remove the first occurrence of Jodu. So first occurrence of Jodu present in this section, so it will be removed here, but it is present here. Then here the last occurrence of remove last Sitama, it will remove this, and then last occurrence of Madhu, so it will actually previously present after Rahul. So if before Rahul also Madhu present, so before Rahul value is present, Sam, Madhu, Rahul, and then Jodu, Priya, Rajesh. So like that way we have explained all the linked list element or linked list methods. Okay, you can, this will be uploaded, so you can check from this particular code. So I think linked list is explained. If you have any question, you can ask me or you can comment in the comment box. Thank you all.